to me, Lance's low ceiling is Dak, and high ceiling could be Russell. Either way, Super Bowl caliber. Ooh, low ceiling is Dak. That's
if his low ceiling is Dak, he should have gone number one. No brainer.
Yeah.
Because Dak's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
I don't. It's a tough game to play, man.
I think floor is always a rich projection, man. Because Josh Rosen was supposed to be a high floor quarterback prospect in that draft because he had shown the ability to function within the pocket and all of that. I think most people thought his worst case scenario was that he would be a starter in the NFL. His worst case scenario is that he's been on 3 teams in 3 years and he's spent a year on a practice squad. So. Yeah.
I just feel like Trey Lance, how can he fail? He's so athletic. He's on a really good team with a good coach. I think he should be good enough on the rookie deal. The question is, will he earn the second one? And that's a whole different thing. But that's like there'll be a different president by then. It'll be a different administration I'll be like a dad by then. It'll be a different situation. So
let me ask you this question, because this is a question I've kind of mulled over in my head. I'm not sure the correct answer to this, but do you think that the expectation for Trey Lance's floor increases because of his situation? Like, is the expectation of what's successful for him different because he's in such a premium spot for a quarterback?
So.
Like for Zach Wilson, right?
So because Zach Wilson can kind of go suck this year. He can go suck and he can blame it on the team.
If Trevor Lawrence sucks this year, it will be everybody else's fault for sure.
Exactly. Like if his quarterback rating is 75, they'll be like, well, his team sucks.
Right. Justin Fields, same thing, right? You can blame it. It's the Chicago Bears. It's Matt Nagy. It's the fact that, they don't have a great offensive line. But I would say Lance and Mac Jones are the two guys where you can't really blame the coach for the quarterback not succeeding. That's Belichick and Shanahan. Can't really. And now they both have Mac Jones has pretty good spot in New England. New England's got a great offensive line. They can run the football really well. And their weapons aren't that bad anymore. Bourne and Aguilar are fine, and the 2 tight ends are good. I think for both Jones and Lance, I think there's an extra added pressure where if they're just pretty good, it's any quarterback could be pretty good. You got to be really good because of where they drafted you. Both of them, I think.
Totally agree. Camelot's Red and Gold says, what's your guys' brief take on Frank Clark's arrest over Wow? Did that happen?
What happened?
Frank Clark got arrested? Frank Clark arrested. Arrested in Los Angeles on firearm charge 52 minutes ago. Wow. How about that?
So he had an Uzi in the car?
Yo.
Interesting.
That's not good.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's no good. Here's the thing.
It's actually scary that he just has that in his car.
Vish. Wow. Talk about riding strap. Okay, so Vish and I have no insight on this, but what I will say is if they lose Frank Clark, it's a big deal. He's the 7th highest paid player in the league. I think he's the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. I could be wrong. This year, in terms of cap hit.
Really?
So let me make sure. Hold on. NFL cap hits over the cap, spot track, whatever. Okay. Not all positions. Oh, yeah. Frank Clark. Okay. Here are the highest paid players: Rodgers, Wilson, Cousins, Ryan, Garoppolo, Roethlisberger, Clark. His cap hit this year is 25.8. 25.8.
Hey, they just need him. It doesn't matter if he's suspended because he's never really contributing in the regular season. He just turns into a different animal in the playoffs. He's like,
great player.
He's a little bit like Draymond Green from a couple years ago where, Draymond would come in and it would take him the entire season to get into shape. And then the last month of the season and through the playoffs, he would be insane. Like this is how he played in 19. That's kind of what I thought Frank Clark was like last year. The entire season, it was like, where's Frank Clark? Where's Frank Clark? The last month of the season in the playoffs, it's like, oh, Frank Clark is everywhere.
There he is.
I found him. He's everywhere.
All right. So that's that one. This one here, David says, so if they release Jimmy G, they could add 26 million, 24 million, because there'd be 2 million in dead cap of starting caliber players. Seem like the way to go. Yes. And you could sign him. You could trade for him. Yes.
But it's not just that, right? Because if they are the team they want to be, there are still holes on this roster that need to be filled that might require a trade deadline in-season acquisition. And if you have open money to work with, it makes that trade a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yes. Yep, absolutely.
What if Stephon Gilmore is playing back He's healthy in New England, doesn't get traded, and he's ready. He gets moved at the deadline because his contract's expiring. New England's not that good of a football team. And the Niners have an injury at corner, and they need a starting corner, and Gilmore's available, and his cap hit's what, $15 million?
Yeah, but there's prorated bonus for the Niners, it would be about 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because this is midseason.
Yes.
Yep. If you have just
it'd be less than
15
8
million
because it's midseason.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
So
be
you
affordable.
have just 15 million sitting in the bank. Okay. Here's a pick. Stephon,
Yep.
come over here. Bang.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Last one from eye test. I love eye test, man. Shout out eye test. Haven't talked to you in a while. Mosterati caught a wheel route from Emmanuel Sanders in New Orleans over his head. He's got good hands, Vish. I'm coming for you. LOL.
Hey, I never said he didn't have good hands. He played receiver. But in terms of being a true receiving back, making you miss, running routes and all of that, like Jeff Wilson's a pretty crafty route runner.
He is. He can cut outside of his frame. He's got good hands. Now, I want to say that Mostert hasn't had a lot of opportunities, and that one route he ran against Arizona last year was nice. Who did he get?
Yes.
I don't know who he got. Was it
Isaiah Simmons though?
It was nice.
He got Isaiah Simmons.
It was pretty good.
It was nice. Yeah. It was nice. Yeah. But again, the opportunity is fair. Yes. Opportunity is fair argument. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think they were trying to build up that part of his game last year, and he got hurt week 2. So we'll see. I mean, once he got the high ankle sprain, he wasn't breaking anyone off. It was pretty much run straight and then go down at that point, right?
Yep. Also, Grant, I think you might have missed a couple donations at the very beginning of our show. Yeah, I saw them come in, and I never saw you pull them up as.
Hey, if I missed one, let me know. Don't just do it in all caps or something, and I'll put it up because I don't mean to get you to donate twice. I'm sorry, they come in fast. If I missed it, put it in all caps. Honor system. Nick Navarro says, say the Niners meet Tampa in the NFC Championship. Both teams are healthy, and Trey is playing well enough for possible Rookie of the Year. Who wins? Good question, man. No, first of all, neither team's going to be healthy. They're both going to be injuries and stuff.
Yes.
It's a game of attrition. It'll be in February.
Fully healthy, I would pick Tampa. And I think the biggest thing is that it's a matchup problem for the 49ers. Tampa can stop this run game with their guys up front. Who on the Niners is moving Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh, Pierre-Paul? These guys are loads. There's a reason that Tampa Bay team shut down. Niners had a historic run game in 19, and Tampa Bay whooped them week 1 at the line of scrimmage.
Now that you mention it, it's a good thing that they got freaking Aaron Banks because they need some beef to match up with Vita Vea. How do you pronounce his name? Vita Vea?
Is it Vita Vea?
I don't know. Because out here, famous pitcher on the Giants and A's back in the 70s was Vida Blue. So I don't think his name is Vita, though. I think it's Vita. So sorry, Vita. I don't know. My bad.